So as we said, like this is a crazy first success story. You've done this many other times, launched, 4 or 5. I've lost count how many multi-million-dollar e-commerce brands you've launched, but that first one, how did it feel? Can you talk us through? Like you've told us about where you've come from, right? Like how did that feel to just make that kind of money?
I mean, it was surreal and exciting and like so energizing and motivating. And I had so much energy all the time, but at the same time, like so scary. Like I was terrified all the time. Like it felt like, because it was such an overnight success almost. Like 4 sales overnight in your first night when you've never seen money in your entire life, like was an overnight success story to me at least to begin with. And then to grow that quickly, to be doing that amount of revenue and the problems and complexities and things that come up off the back of that so quickly was scary. And to me, it just always felt like, yes, it happened overnight, but it could fail just as quickly overnight. And I was so scared all the time. Like every morning when I woke up, I was like, great, Greta, you've had a good run. It's been nice. It's been fun. Like this, you're living the dream, like, somewhat. And like but this is it. This is where it ends kind of thing. And everything happened so quickly. I was by a year and a half later, I was living in Hong Kong, like out of Melbourne, Australia. I'd never really even barely traveled overseas. Living in Hong Kong, crazy business circles. I'd get in the lift and be like the CEO of HSBC, like whatever. And I was meeting these insane people. And one of my good friends, Jacques, who became like a bit of a business mentor for me as well. He was at the time the head of like one of the world's biggest like turnaround companies. So they would help companies that were like losing hundreds of millions turn back into creating billions of dollars in revenue again. And I just was like, I told him this fear one night. I was like just feeling it so severely. I was like, it's almost like debilitating. Like I'd go to bed and wake up during the night like sweating, being like, okay, like what am I gonna do? I just don't understand. Like, what if, all of this goes under as quickly as it started? I now live in Hong Kong. I have such different like lifestyle and living expenses and whatever else. Like, I guess, I can wind it all back and go to what I was, but like, how am I gonna deal with that? And he was like, Greta, what would you do? Tonight is like Thursday night. What would you do if Friday, tomorrow morning, you woke up and it was all over? What would you do on Monday? And I was like, before I even thought about the answer, I was like, I'd be starting again. And I realized in that exact moment that what I was doing, what I was learning, what I was creating was repeatable. Like that was a repeatable process. And in that moment, I felt so much more secure. So like, it does not matter what anyone creates. If you've got that process, if you have that blueprint, doesn't matter if you, like the first time, for example, if you're going through the course, like the first time you create something, it's not the success that you want it to be, or it's not the brand or the product or whatever that you want it to be. Use the same framework, start again, try a different product, and you will get it. Like it will work. Like there's no reason why it shouldn't. So what I learned was that what I was doing was repeatable, and that's what I did. I repeated it.
Hey Foundr fam, did you love this video? Well, if you did, you can join us right now and attend a free training session with today's Foundr where we'll go even more in depth. Click here and we'll see you soon.